All right. Question of the week.
Question.
Otaku anime question of the week is not strict. I'm not limiting you to just
Pop culture.
anime. We'll say that.
Pop culture anime. A pop culture question of the
So
week.
otaku question of the week. So
Yeah.
out of all ships of all anime, I'm talking all media, anime, live action, whatever. What are your top ships that you could have? By now, we have some stipulations on it though. First, we gotta think about fuel. Some ships you're limited by how much fuel you can obtain. You
Mm,
have unlimited fuel. Doesn't matter
okay.
where that fuel
I
source is
like that.
from, you
I
have
like that.
unlimited fuel.
Gas prices is high,
Two, all knowledge that you have of that ship. Now, things such as operating and know which button you got to
so
press to make it go
but I
vroom.
can learn. But I can learn it when
Yeah,
I
you
get
can
it.
learn those things, but you don't
Okay.
have
Okay. Okay. Okay.
expert knowledge of it from jump. So
Okay.
what you know of it now and its capabilities is what you
Okay.
get off of it. So that's
Okay.
number two. And
Okay.
thirdly, you have
Okay.
a full support. So you don't need to get extra people. You don't have to worry
So
about
the crew
how.
that's already on the ship
Yeah,
is
so
my
the
crew.
crew who's on it, you don't have like they don't have extra special powers. They're just regular people who can operate this vessel.
But what if?
So if
Okay. So
only
let me ask questions then. Let me ask questions
go
then.
ahead, go ahead.
I hear you. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But so if I have a crew that, because I already thought of one immediately when you said that,
Mm-hmm.
if my crew it has superpowers to begin with because they need those to operate the ship,
Mm-hmm.
do I get that crew?
If they need those superpowers in order to operate the ship, yes, you get the you get that crew because they need those powers in order to operate. So the
Okay.
whole crew, they have the abilities to operate the ship.
You
Now,
you haven't seen
if they
this. You
have
haven't seen the
if
show,
they have
but
like mind control and they can also use that ability as well against the enemies, you don't get to use that ability. If they need
okay,
that
okay, okay,
ability
okay,
for the
okay.
ship, then yes, they get that ability.
So let me start with. I'm gonna start with anime. Right.
Okay,
Let me
anime.
start with anime. So the first ship I thought about when you said I get the crew and then the superpowers was the Eden Zero. Now
Mm.
you haven't seen Eden Zero, but he needed to collect all the like. And I'm sorry if y'all are big Eden Zero fans. I haven't watched the show in a while. I'm not caught up, and I really love the show. I talked about it a long time ago, but he had to find all the angels
Mm.
that had each had their own special abilities or superpowers in order for the ship to reach its full potential. And each one of them had their own section in the ship that made the ship the fastest, the strongest, the most powerful ship.
Mm.
It was like an SS class destroyer. Like nobody, if all the angels were on the ship, nobody could destroy the ship. Like
Mm.
it was a world class above the rest. So Eden Zero would be like one of my top
Okay,
ships.
okay.
Like good, but I have another question though. I'm about to make a joke, but if I have this ship, do other people in the area have like similar ships or worldly similar ships? Like I'm not rocking like a dinghy, and this person has like a S class Enterprise destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it cinematically correct? Like I have this ship in the universe, or
That's a good question.
like,
That's a good question.
because I was gonna make a
Yes,
joke about the Treasure Planet pirate ship.
I would say yes. If the ship that you choose is in a universe that they use those types of ships, then yes, you also that universe you live in that same universe as well.
Okay. Because I was gonna make a joke about the Treasure Planet pirate ship, but I'm not. Like, if I got that and other people got like Eden Zeros and shit,
No,
I'm fucked. All right. Let's see. The Bebop.
the bebop.
I definitely get. Do I get the what's it? Swordfish. Like do I get his swordfish like the extra ship that's in the Bebop, or do I just get the
Yeah,
Bebop?
all the parts of the ship.
Okay, so I get the swordfish. Definitely the Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I mean that's classic Bebop right there.
Off the
Um,
classic vibes. Okay.
yeah, Bebop for sure.
Any more anime?
Yeah. What's that? Iron Blood Orphans. It's the Isaribi. The Isaribi from Iron Blood Orphans. The
Why is
ship
that
that
ship?
Tekkadan, the ship that Tekkadan has.
Yeah,
One, because it has a bunch of Gundams in its cargo hold, like that just are chilling. I get the Gundams, right? Like, do I
they
get the
part of the
Gundams or not?
ship. Yeah, they part of the ship.
Part of the
Okay.
ship, part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew. That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
Um, but like one, they got giant cargo hold where you can put weapons like Gundams. Like if it's big enough to fit Gundams, it's big
mm,
enough to fit pretty much whatever you want. Two, it like where the kitchen area is, like they show all parts of the ship. There's many different quarters. I can have a whole crew. Because here's my thing. One of my so I have like two like otherworldly fantasies. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? One is like Adventure Guild type stuff. That's my favorite anime style is Adventure Guild type stuff, like hunting in dungeons, stuff like that. But my other one is I've always like, even since I was a kid and I like saw shows or movies about this, I've always wanted to be like a space bounty hunter, which is why I said the Bebop in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like being a space bounty hunter sounds crazy to me. But that's why. So I'm like, I'm thinking of ships that are small enough, fast enough, but also have like able to like hold people that you capture, right? You need like like not a dungeon,
A
but like
brick.
a brig, right? You
Mm-hmm.
also need area for your crew to eat. You need to be able to hold weapons, smaller craft to go out and like hunt down,
Mm-hmm.
bounties and stuff like that. I would 100% be a space bounty hunter. Which is funny, which is why I know you probably seen this show with Aiden. My dad the bounty hunter on Netflix.
I've
His ship is
seen.
pretty dope.
I think I've seen that episode or two of that.
Yeah, my dad, the bounty hunter, his ship is pretty cool. That ship is pretty. That honestly would be like my dream job. How he's like on Earth raising his kids,
Mm-hmm.
but then like his side gig or his main job that they don't know about is he's a space bounty hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and he, like they have this whole adventure with him because they sneak onto his ship and like it's a whole ordeal. It's a really good
Is it a
show.
good show? I was just about to ask you. Is it
It's
a
a
pretty good show?
I honestly watched it without them. Like it's actually a really good show.
It's a
Like
kid's show that
so
you watched by yourself.
well, the whole premise is the little kids they like he's like, hey buddy, I can't take you to Splash Mountain or whatever because like I gotta go work.
Mm.
And they're like, man, the older daughter's like, man, fuck that. Like let's sneak into his car. So they sneak in the back of his like old Chevy like Chevelle. They
Mm.
sneak in his trunk, and it's funny because they throw out these like pods. Like these weird glowing orb things, they throw him out of his trunk and they hop in his trunk while he's driving.
Mm.
Then all of a sudden his car takes off because that's his car turns into a spaceship and goes
Yeah.
to his main ship. And they open the trunk up and they're like, what the fuck? And then they like walk to the bridge and they see this dude in like nice like it looks like Mandalorian armor
Mm.
and he's just like sitting there and they look at him they're like we're in space and he's like what the hell are you doing here? And they're just like and they're like what Sean? And he takes his helmet off. They're like Dad, why are we in space? And then
Mm.
he's like oh my god I'm gonna take you home right now. Let me go load up my fuel pods. He's like where are my fuel pods? And they're like oh those glowing orb things in your trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we threw him out so we could hop in. There was no room. He's like, what? And then it's his whole like, it's pretty cool.
All right.
Um,
I'll take your word for it. I might check it out.
um, maybe live action. So I'm a big Star Wars guy. Everybody knows that. My first ship, my number one ship in Star Wars would be the Slave One, Boba Fett's ship, in
Boba
Star
Fett shit.
Wars. Yeah, it's like I actually have the Lego ship here. I can actually show it to you. But it's the ship that it lays on its back and
Mm.
then it folds up and flies like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember it
yeah,
on your
yeah,
shelf.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So that would be my number one ship from Star
Other
Wars.
than
Like
that perk of it, what makes it special?
maneuverability, weapons capabilities,
Mm.
has a cargo hold. It's small enough to where you probably can have like two or three people, nothing crazy.
Hmm.
It's not, I guess, the best for like a big crew if you have like a big bounty hunting party.
Yeah.
Like, say it was like you and me, and we're a bounty hunting duo. That'd probably be like a perfect ship. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I think I prefer
There's
something like that
one,
too.
yeah. So like, and there's plenty. I mean, he had Han Solo and Carbonite put in there. If we're hunting a couple bounties at a time and nothing like we're not like a big guild or anything like that, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It'd be good. Now for like a big guild, something like the Millennium Falcon would probably be like
Mm.
something good. Now that's to me that ship is like it's good. I've never been like a really big fan of the Millennium Falcon. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. You've seen
Mm.
all parts of it. I have. You have obviously
Yeah.
seen the Lego ship. I have. I know all the quarters of it. Has a really good like recreation area, bunks, stuff like that. But it's never been my favorite one because I think it's too big.
Mm.
Um, but if we had like a guild, like if it was me, you, and a few like three or four other guys, you know what I'm saying? Like it would, they would definitely work out. But um, that would probably be my two star. Something like the Razor Crest too. I guess the Mandalorian ship, his ship before it like got destroyed. The Razor Crest in
Oh yeah,
season
yeah, yeah.
one.
On the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first season that one's pretty good one. Again, a good small crew. It's just the Slave One would be my number one ship. And yes, I said Slave One by the way because Disney's trying to change the name of the ship because Slave One doesn't sound right.
Was it
That's
now?
it's Boba Fett on the boxes of all the shelves. It used to say Slave One if you buy the old toys, but now it says Boba Fett's ship,
Okay,
spaceship. Or
okay.
yeah,
I'll
I don't
edit
know.
it. Don't worry.
Anyway,
I'll edit the video and just voice over Boba
yeah,
Fett
right.
shit whenever you say it.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
good.
yeah,
We're good.
yeah,
We're good. We're good.
yeah. No big deal. Slave. Um, Now, this is a really out of pocket one, and I just thought about this because I thought it was cool. One movie I wish had like a prequel for this specific character. So, have you ever seen the movie Elysium with Matt Damon?
I
Elysium is where
saw trailers and stuff for it, but I've never watched it.
it was a long. This movie came out a long time ago. With
Yeah.
this character in there named Kruger, and he's a dude that's been in District 9. He's a South African dude
Mm-hmm.
that's played in a lot of those weird alien movies. Um,
I think
this
I know
dude
you're
named
talking about.
Kruger, yeah, this dude named Kruger has a ship that he flies that is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I I just thought that ship was always cool. It can fly in space. I don't know how far it can go,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if it's like planet bounding ship. I don't think so, but I know it can fly from Earth to a space station and be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how far you can get in that ship unless you have like spare fuel, maybe. I don't think it has like light speed capabilities, which if you're a space bounty hunter going to planets, you would want something with like light speed capabilities,
Yeah.
things like that, which the Slave One, Millennium Falcon has, Eden Zero definitely has,
Mm-hmm.
Isaribi definitely has, and so does the Bebop. So, um, I
Do
mean,
they
the
ever
crew.
get into that? The light speed
Hmm.
on the Bebop? I just don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Because remember when they were closing, like mid to end of the show,
Mm-hmm.
they were closing the gates on both sides. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
hell even Spike Swordfish
Mm-hmm.
can go light speed
Yeah,
because
of
they had the
course.
light speed gate and they were closing the gate and then they knocked that person out and they flew
Mm-hmm.
outside of it
Yeah, I
and
remember that
exploded
now.
and stuff. Yeah, so those would probably be like my top 5, 6 ships.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one though,
One to
like
rule them
that,
all.
I would probably pick the Bebop.
Pick the
And
Bebop overall.
only because it's the happy medium between a
Mm-hmm.
big ship that can hold a lot of people and a small ship with only 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
It has a good recreation area where you can watch TV, take showers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can have more than even if it's just 2 people, you're still good. Even if it's just yourself, and plus you have the ramp where you can take off with the swordfish. Like it'd be a good bounty hunting vessel. I mean, it's literally a space bounty hunting show. That's literally the
I
show.
think those
Um,
nostalgia lofi vibes getting to you too.
I mean,
You
probably
see yourself
Bebop's
laid back, chilling on the Bebop, chasing down. Fuck yeah.
look, Bebop's on top. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know. Look,
But no,
Bebop's on top.
honestly, this was a targeted question. I know you're big into like different spaceships and whatnot and vessels.
I'm a
So
nerd when it comes to space stuff.
yeah, you're a sci-fi nerd. So this was definitely targeted question. I do have a couple myself. Obviously, number one, that the Sunny. What do you mean, the Sunny? A
Oh
One
my
Piece.
god.
That's gonna
Oh
be number
my.
one. Is this a
But
question?
you said spaceship
I
though.
said
Planet
ships,
bounding.
ships,
You said spaceship.
ships in
You
general.
said
And the Sunny
spaceship. That's a cop
flies.
out.
And the
That's a
Sunny
cop out.
flies. What do
Cop
you
out.
mean?
Cop out.
Second after that, since we're still talking about ships,
Spaceships.
what's it from? Because you mentioned it, and it came to mind. Um,
Bebop.
Jesus, Pirates of the Caribbean. Davy
Oh yeah,
Jones' locker,
yeah.
the ship. I don't know if it was his power or the power of the ship that allowed him to get the people to capture them and create crustaceans. I'm talking about the Davy
You're
Jones
talking
locker.
about Davy Jones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So was it if it was the power of the ship? Definitely
It
won't.
was it was his power.
What? So it had nothing to do with the ship. Could he
Yeah, it
use
was
any?
his. It was Edward Teach or not Edward Teaches. It was Davy Jones's.
Mm-hmm.
So so technically, it was a combination
Mm-hmm.
of both because it's fantasy magic, right? Obviously, it's not real
Oh,
because you're bound to the ship.
so in
Because
order to have the power to control the ship, you have to have his power. So by default,
yeah, you
I get
have to
his
be
power
him though.
too.
You have to be him. Yeah, you
Hey,
have to be him.
I'll take it.
And so
Davy
because you get
Jones
to
was
buy,
good.
but when Orlando Bloom, when our boy became the new pirate of the Davy Jones's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge,
Hmm.
he didn't make people turn into that, but he can still bind your soul to the ship because that's the
Hmm.
whole phrase is part of the ship, part of the crew.
Hmm.
So like, or part of the crew, part of the ship. So if you're part of the crew, you become a part of the ship.
Yeah,
So like, it's like both
so
his power. You have to
it's a
be him
package deal.
to have that power. So
That was a
yeah,
part of
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
question. It's a package
yeah,
deal.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. We're
I
talking
don't.
about spaceships though, bro. Come on.
Hey, it's a
I chose the
ship.
Black Pearl over anything.
It's a vessel. The Black Pearl.
We're talking pirate ships. I'm choosing Black Pearl. Black Pearl is
I
almost
mean,
indestructible in
it's
this
yeah,
show.
it's what everyone is going after. So, just to make it different, I'm gonna choose those two. I mean, obviously, I like pirates. So,
Yeah, I like pirates too. Yeah, I'm all for it. But I mean, Barbatos. You know what I'm saying? Choosing a Gundam. I'm choosing a Gundam.
oh,
That,
hey, it's a ship. It's a vessel.
yeah, I guess
It
it's just like.
traverses across the sky.
Is it just like your whole the Death Star is a ship thing when it's actually a space station?
The space station's a ship. We
It's not a
googled it.
ship.
We
It's
asked
not a
Google.
ship. It's not a ship. It's a
Let me.
space station that can move.
I can ask Twitter. It's gonna give the
It's a
same answer.
space station that can move.
If everyone agrees on it, then you're wrong. If the
It's a space
majority
station.
agrees, then you're wrong.
It's a space station that can move. A spaceship and a station are two different things. Space station is designed
What
for
is a ship?
long living. A ship is an aircraft that you're not supposed to be
It's a
living in.
vessel that allows you to traverse.
So if you got a mobile home,
It's a
you're
ship.
you're on a car.
It's
You're
a
in
ship.
you're in a vehicle.
It's a ship.
It's not a home.
It
It's a
it
vehicle.
traverses you across the ground.
I
Just
can
like
live
a
in my
pirate
truck.
ship is
I
a
can live in
ship
my
that
truck, but that
traverses
doesn't
you
make it
across
my
the
house.
water. And a
I can live in a
spaceship is a ship that
Look,
traverses you across
nah,
the space.
nah.
So what is a space station? A ship that traverses
Everything
space.
moves. Is Earth a ship? It moves.
Is it a vessel that moves you across? Hey, it's a ship.
It's not a ship.
It's a
It's not
ship.
a ship. No, it's not a ship. No,
It's a
it's
piece
not.
of
It's a
rock
space station.
that supports
It's a space.
life.
It's a space station. Space
Technically, it's not
stations
a
support
vessel.
long living. You're supposed to live there for the rest of your life.
Oh, that's what it is.
I don't know. It got blown up twice.
All right.
Fucking failures.
Hey, drop it in the chat. Maybe I should throw a poll up. Throw a
Yeah,
poll
throw a
up.
poll.
Is a space
Is
station a ship?
No, is the Death Star a ship or a space station?
I feel like you're gonna lose that one. You might
Or
want to go
both.
with the space
No.
station question.
Nah. Is the Death
Bro,
Star a
I
ship
typed it
or
in
a space
Google
station?
and it immediately say yes.
Put a
That's
poll up.
that was
Let's
the
see if
first thing
people
it said.
actually react to. Well,
Yes.
let's see if people actually react to the poll.
It
But
said yes. The
space
fuck.
space station, or ship? Is the Death Star a ship or a space station?
All right. We're gonna throw it up. The Death Star. What? No. We're not gonna label it like that. Is it a ship or a space station? A space station is a ship. So the question
No.
is the Death Star
Say both then.
a
Say
ship?
three. Is it a space station, a ship, or both? Do three then.
Okay. I
Is
can
it
do
a
both.
space station?
I can do
Yeah.
both.
Ship, space station, or both?
You're just trying to get an easy win. I could do both.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I
I just
can do
gave you or both because maybe people do feel like you do and say that it is both.
I mean, a space station is a ship, so yes, it's both.
No, it's okay.
But
put the
both
poll
will
up.
make people feel like, oh, it can be different, but it is both
You're
of those things at the same time. You're tricky. You think
You're
you're
hurting
using
my
your
head.
intelligence against me. I know what
You're
you're
hurting
doing.
my head.
I know
You're
what
hurting
you're
my
doing.
head, right? You're hurting my head.
Don't use
You're
let
making-
your blue
you're
collar
giving me a migraine.
intelligence
I
try to
need-
psych me out.
I need a can of corn and
That college degree psychology. I don't need that.
I need some frozen pizza or something. Shit, you're making my head hurt.
Sound like my son. I need some pizza. I can't
I
do
need
this
some,
shit right
I
now.
need some pizza. I can't.